What are you doing?
I started it.
You started it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I set up a hotkey, so I can just hit F9 and it'll start.
Okay, cool.
Alright, let's change it to
Yeah,
full
I just
screen.
got the notification. Don't click anything.
Oh wait, full screen.
I don't want it full screen. Okay, fine. Is the text, did you do it right? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you did it right.
Yeah.
I don't trust you, obviously.
Okay.
It's still really loud. Can you turn it down?
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, that's good right there. And then same. No, turn the sound up a little bit. Okay. New game, Maverick. Okay, you cannot use your real name. We have to come up with a person's name. What is this guy's name?
Suck at names.
Well, you need to think of something. We need a good name here.
Okay.
This is your playthrough.
I know. I'm trying to think of a good name.
You gotta think of something. Come on, Maverick. Think of something.
Let's do Brody.
Brody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brody.
Okay, whatever. Brody.
I've
I've had
know.
so many Brodies at work. Hey! You have to read it.
I seen an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is, I don't even... Sayori, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. Oh, okay. I suck at reading.
You suck at reading.
I suck. All right. But it's just kind of... But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long.
But God, Maverick.
We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, we should... Oh, my God. I can't read. She would oversleep more and more frequently. And I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Brody.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
I'm not doing that.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Brody, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
That did not sound like a question. A club.
A club? Yeah, I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking at either.
And that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Gee. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Jeez, this sounds really familiar. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised that I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Siri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello!
Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie?
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in the literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less.
Again, sounds real life.
Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come
on,
please.
That's me! Shut up!
Oh my god, I suck at this. Alright.
Yeah, you do.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made me cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an
airhead.
Yeah, an airhead. Or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. What is that word?
I dejectedly
follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit because being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room.
I don't know what voice to give her.
Girl 1.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Shit. I don't have, like, that many voices for girls. Shit.
Can I always talk like
No. Ah, Brody, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. They're all gonna sound the same in like 20 minutes.
I just rolled my eyes.
Yeah, you did.
All words escape me in this situation. This club.
Escape you?
Is that what it was?
You said escape me.
Oh, okay. It's full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
Natsuki and Sayori look so similar. Alright. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki.
No!
Natsuki? Is that it?
Natsuki. That's just what I'm calling it because that's what Jack called it.
Natsuki.
I'm not calling it that. No.
But that's what it is.
Nope.
Oh. I'm gonna call it that.
You're wrong.
Is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Freshman.
Yeah. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Yeah, she looks like...
They do not look that similar.
Okay.
They're all drawn in the same style. Like, what are you expecting here?
Alright.
Are you gonna click, or I already read that?
Oh, I thought you were just stating things. Okay.
No.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, or Natsuki if you must, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Just don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki.
Natsuki?
Natsuki, yeah.
No.
Okay, I suck. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Brody.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Brody. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I don't even know what voices I'm
The girls have a few
anymore.
desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Adorable.
So cute! I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. There's no icing.
Okay, what are you expecting out of this game? Really, Maverick? I told you, it's a dating simulator horror game. It's just, accept it.
Okay. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Just shove the whole thing in my mouth. Why not?
I know that's what you would do in real life,
I
but
know.
he's trying to be polite.
Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did, Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for, you know, you, dummy.
But they were. Alright, alright. I give up on. I give up on. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. How does that actually sound?
Huh?
The thing.
I don't know. I haven't had my audio on or anything.
I'm just curious. She carefully places a...
Stop talking.
Can you hear game volume at all?
No, because it's caught up to us right now.
Alright, sounds good. Whatever. Alright, she carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission.
Teachers.
Whatever. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I mean that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least... Wait, but I at least enjoy tea.
Oh my god, learn to read, Maverick.
I can't.
I'm glad. I'm trying to make her sound very monotone.
Yeah. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know... To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
So you can't read either.
I just added one word, not 5 like you do. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. And that was the first time I screwed up, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Monica really is a great leader. Sayori's just gonna get my voice.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. You know, you're moving the mic away from me. I'm already like
I'm trying to center it
over.
Here. Okay.
Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Brody, what kind of things do you like to read?
Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Yeah, this has a lot of talking.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid. I can't talk. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level.
You've been called.
Ah, be back.
Okay, go.
Oh,
Hurry.
be back.
Go.
I can't.
Faster. You're gonna get in trouble when you get down there. Let's save right here. Just in case. Just in case. I grab this. Okay, let's see. Alrighty. You good?
Yeah.
You need to move the car?
Yeah. Please scoot out so I can scoot in.
Oh, you're so annoying. Oh, you brought me to... You didn't even shut the door all the way.
What?
Damn it, in or out? Okay, out then.
Okay.
Shut the freaking door all the way. Jeez, man.
I thought I did.
You don't know how to shut anything, apparently.
Yeah. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. I already said.
Ah! Sorry. Oh, I thought that was like a
No,
sentence.
stop. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles? Okay. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess that's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Brody?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
Huh. Oh, what's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I've never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But... I'm sorry, I thought... Brody...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Mouse, click. Right. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay. The price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
I did not look like one by one. Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me.
It sounded very happy, didn't it? Yes.
Jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Ah, thanks, I guess.
Like, fucking... Oh, God. I can't... I want to just, like, blurt out everything, but I can't. I know what happens.
You haven't read this yet.
Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Oh, sorry. Brody, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I'm really tired.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica?
No, you can't.
Monica with mediocre writing skills?
No, you can't.
I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
I wish you would just call her Natsuki because it's easier to say.
Natsuki.
Hey, Brody, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
That was so enthusiastic.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home.
This part is so boring when I know I have it.
Yeah, well, don't spoil.
I'm not. I'm just so anxious for the stuffs.
The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica.
Like how they're all just there in front of your house.
No, just all of them. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps
maybe
I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You
You can't hold it back. You can't. You ruined it. Okay.
I'm just saying he's hoping for good fortune. He's wrong.
Well, I don't know that.
You do know that.
No,
you
I
know
don't.
It's a horror game.
Well, yeah, but still,
You know it's a horror game. You know it's a horror game.
I haven't experienced the story. You have. You watch somebody. I'm gonna play this, and you just read the parts. Don't say anything else.
Shut up.
Don't say anything else. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Okay, who do you pick to impress?
Mm.
Those are the ones you get to pick from. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so who, Sayori, Natsuki/Natsuki, or Yuri? Who do you like the most? Keep in mind my poor vocal cords. Please.
Well, I mean, I would prefer either of these two.
Why? What's wrong with Sayori? I'm offended by that. What? What is so funny? What?
I can't. I just can't.
What?
It's the divots.
It's the divots. I bet you she has divots too. They're just behind her
bow.
bow. Look, she's wearing a beautiful bow.
All right.
She's got blue eyes. She's got beautiful hair. I'm biased, but...
Okay, well, you can't influence
I'm
things
sorry,
here. You're already influencing them. You can't do that.
Okay, who do you feel like is most like me? That's who you need to pick. Because if you don't,
I don't
then I'm
think
gonna
any of
fight
them
you.
fit your profile.
They all have things in common with me. Which
I know.
one do you feel
This one has like the gloomy side of things, and then this one here has the I don't
the
care.
attitude.
Yeah, the attitude, don't care, and then like.
And you've been best friends with her for forever.
Yeah,
there you go.
I know. It shouldn't
So-
matter which one I choose then.
It does matter though.
All right. Oh, you already read that.
Yeah, I already read it. Who are you picking?
Fuck, I don't know.
You gotta pick one. Who do you want to pick?
Why can't I just pick things I like?
No, because you have to try to get the girl you want. And you gotta pick what girl you want. Out of those three, Monica's not an option. So I hope you didn't want Monica.
I didn't really. No.
You didn't really want Monica?
No.
Why don't you want Monica? She's too out of your league.
Yes. We'll go with that.
Okay. So who do you want?
I'll go with this one.
Aw, but that's who Jack picked.
Well, I don't know that, and I'm going with this one.
Fine. Okay.
All right.
You have to, do you remember what she said? Because I'm not going to help you with this part. What is she like?
Let's do this.
Wrong.
I don't know. Just
But-
stop.
No,
Just
look
stop.
who jumps, because that's how you know.
How
when
am I
you-
supposed to not? Stop.
No.
Let me play the game.
No, this
No,
is
let me-
an important thing because you're not paying attention.
I
When you
don't.
click a word, one of them will jump, and the one who jumps is the one who likes what you picked. That's
Yeah.
all I'm telling you because that is a game feature.
Well, I didn't know that yet, and this is my experience. I'm supposed to learn that, okay?
Yeah, well, I wanted you to know that because it matters.
Alright.
Okay, pick.
What did I just pick?
I have no idea.
It was misfortune.
Okay, misfortune.
Right, people are just gonna watch this, the argument.
No one's watching. Well, there's one person watching.
That's that.
Huh? No. 2 people. I count as 1.
Okay.
Stop thinking I'm an idiot. I know how to do simple math. God. Alright, can you fucking pick something?
Okay. I don't know. This.
Okay,
There we
there
go.
you
Okay. Yeah. Now I see it because I didn't look down there at all.
Yeah, that's why I needed you to know. Boop.
Boop is that one.
Boop.
All right.
Pick one.
What is melancholy? Oh, okay. I don't. It sounds like Jeopardy. What is death? That. Why is? What do you have to do with death? Whatever.
It'll all make sense soon.
Okay.
Not really.
Grief.
Why are you picking so many dark things? Jesus.
Because that's what I want to go with.
Okay, you're just gonna be an emo little boy?
Yeah.
Brody's
Destiny.
Brody's an emo dude?
Fantasy. Because I like fantasy. But,
Who bounced for fantasy?
that one. But she's the one who's like fantasy. I was like, okay. She's whatever.
Yeah, but she's cutesy.
Out of these video games. Let's go.
You're gonna be split down the middle.
Probably. Well, no, because that one jumped too. Watch them just be like all of them.
No, that's not how that works.
I want to do Judgment. Um,
I'm really disappointed in you.
it's
Just
fine.
know that.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's totally fine.
This is gonna be an argument later tonight.
Contamination. Rain cloud.
How dare you not pick puppy? When puppy's an option, puppy's always the correct option.
Fear.
You picking a lot for Sayori.
Massacre. Really?
Yeah, you've picked
Okay.
a lot for her. Just FYI.
Fester.
Ouch.
Adventure.
Climax. I didn't know that was in there. I just saw it and I was like,
I was trying to avoid that, but okay.
Extraordinary or extraordinary, depending on how you want to read it.
What, heaven sent? Sure. And then...
Heaven sent would just be like an angel or something.
Okay.
Imagination.
What does vertigo mean?
So vertigo is like when you get dizzy and shit.
Okay. Horror. Okay. Is the second to last one or the last one? Dark. And...
I really hope you get Sayori.
Fireworks.
I hope you got Sayori. I'm gonna be really pissed off if you got your...
Hi.
Hi again, Brody. Don't interrupt me. I'm glad to see you didn't run away on us. You didn't even let me read it.
What? I didn't click anything. You said
Yes.
don't worry.
No.
Okay.
She had another thing and you clicked and you just skipped one of your own texts.
Here.
See? Hi again, Brody. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. And then you were supposed to say, nah, don't worry. But you didn't because you kept clicking.
Nah, don't worry.
I am worried. Not
All right.
about Brody, about you.
Okay. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word.
No one says I at least. Like, at least I is how people talk. I'm just saying.
Yeah. At least Well, I'm back at the ledger. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Brody. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here just to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I I totally blanked on her name because you're saying Natsuki and Jack was saying Natsuki and I'm confused. Natsuki, you clearly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
How would you know that? You're not inside her brain.
That's not me.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
She's like, fuck you guys. Don't worry, guys. Brody always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dare you skip on me?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. My finger just twitched.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Don't know what you're fucking talking about. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Brody can become good friends too?
Sayori.
Oh, that was you. Sorry.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh my god. If you get the same thing as Jack, I'm gonna be so mad.
Just playing the game, okay? Just playing the game.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Me?
I could just go F me.
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation.
Of course, because you're the only man in the entire world in this game.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is...
Gesture?
Yeah, gesture. What, do you want me to say guess true? It's gesture. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want me to be. Wait,
If you
if
don't
you don't
want
want
it to be, if you don't want me to be, alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your tiny attention span, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
Maybe it's not an accident. You don't know. You're a boy.
Her hair looks like a tie.
What do you know about girls?
Alright. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like.
I'm slightly offended that you picked the girl with the longest hair.
What? I just picked, okay?
Short hair club, bruh.
Okay. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. It's mine.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Nah, bruh.
Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried into a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is running around the closet. Rummaging it around in the closet. I'm really curious.
No!
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading.
I'm really mad. I'm so
I
mad
catch a
right now.
glimpse of the cover of her book. I don't think I even had any control with what I selected anyway.
Yes, you do.
Okay. It looks like the
You
same
do.
book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second.
The fuck you want? Sorry.
But that only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out.
Lies.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read
to reread some of it.
Oh my god, I suck!
I'm so mad at you right now.
Why?
Because you picked someone I didn't want you to pick.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? This is my playthrough.
That's why we saved, though, so that you can undo this error.
Okay. Alright.
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Because I went out and bought a second copy. What the fuck do you think I did? Ah! Well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, and, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. It's fucking lies.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go.
Yeah, that she went and bought 2 on purpose.
Yeah. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear.
Once it starts...
Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so?
No.
What's it about anyway?
Well.
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it?
Not really, though.
Yuri made it sound
Pause
like...
for a split second on your talking there, sir. As someone who doesn't read,
Yeah.
what do you think that was dark?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like kind of similar to like what you write.
So are you saying that I write dark stuff?
No, I was just reading what it said.
Are you saying that I write dark stuff? Do you think that was dark? That answered the question. I'm gonna get in trouble.
I'm just reading this. It says right
Yeah.
here.
No, and I'm asking, do you think that that's kind of dark?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I watched The Walking Dead. Like, that's dark in some people's eyes, but I don't... It doesn't faze me.
Moving on. I'm still mad at you.
Whatever. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came
It
from
is
nowhere.
a nice story. I'm not doing that.
Aha!
No.
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
You're not a fan of that sort of thing?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things.
Sure you did. That's why you wrote a whole poem about it.
It's just, okay. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly you thought you related to the protagonist. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I
Okay.
haven't lost interest or anything.
This means stop talking.
Do you not let me enjoy the game?
I'm saying something.
Yes, but you're interrupting the game.
Yuri could be our love child, because she likes all the same shit that I like, but she apologizes all the time. Okay, well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it right.
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little bit apprehensive.
Oh my god, phone. Just fucking stop. Huh? What? That's...
You're not even reading and the voice
I'm
you gave...
sorry. Because that hurts my throat. I was hoping you'd pick someone who had an easier voice.
Okay.
I can't do that deep voice. It's really hard.
You can't just talk like this.
It's really hard to talk like this. It hurts my vocal cords.
Why is it so hard?
Because it hurts my vocal cords. I am a very kind of person.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue.
I also warned you that all of them were going to lose their voices at some point.
Yeah, I know. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not...
I'm making this realistic for you.
It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe
Can I
a
ask
little
you one more
distracting,
question?
but the feeling is somewhat comforting.
Why'd you pick the one with the biggest boobs?
I didn't even pay
I'm
attention
offended.
to that. I just picked the cute chibi that I liked.
That's it.
Yeah! That's straight up it. I looked at the chibis and was like, I think that one's the cutest looking chibi. So I went with that one, okay? That is the whole reason I chose that one. Nothing to do with anything else.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. Not sorry. I was just...
Sorry, not sorry. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? It sounds like me.
I'm stabbing you with my eyes right now. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Who does that sound like, Merrick? I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them.
Ah.
Wait, more between the two? What?
Ah!
I know.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It
Well,
feels
ours are
like
touching.
my left arm is in the way. So instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
That's adorable.
N-
Not her, the action.
Whatever. You're just such a liar. I don't believe you for a second. Are you gonna read?
Oh, that's me. Okay, yeah. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. That's right, they turn the pages the opposite direction.
They do?
Yes! You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
In Asia or just like everywhere else?
just Japan as far as my knowledge.
Just Japan?
As far as my knowledge. I don't know if everywhere else, but
What's wrong with
yeah,
Japan?
they have the books start on, I guess, the back side of where ours do, and they open
Okay, wait.
on the right
Let
side.
me get a book. I have a whole bunch. We'll just take this one because it's the first one I saw.
Yeah, their books sit like
There's books sit like this?
this.
What?
The binder, yeah, and they read like this, so people can see. The books, instead of being like this and flipping open this way, they have it on the back, and then the binder faces the right, and then they flip the pages basically from the back of the book.
Do they read left? Like,
I think they still
they
read.
read that?
Yeah,
Then that makes no sense.
maybe it is the other way. I don't know as far as it goes, because every time I've tried reading a manga, it's confusing to me. But I just know most Japanese books are
Alright, well, I gotta go
going
put this
right
away.
to left instead of left to right.
That makes no sense.
You gonna Google it? Do I need to Google this?
No, I had never heard that before.
Yeah,
So I was unaware of that.
yeah. My brother had the Naruto mangas.
I don't really
and
give a
I
shit
read them.
about your brother, honestly.
Oh.
Moving on.
Okay, we're on to the next one,
Yes.
right? I'm gonna reread this anyway. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger so she can turn the pages. Ah.
No, because he's still turning it that way. I do the same with my right arm.
Okay. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after...
See?
Okay, so they do it that way. Well, still...
Well, at least in this they do.
Yeah.
But I was like, what are you talking about?
I thought it was going the other way.
No.
That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Just hello there. Okay. It's actually kind of distracting me.
Am I distracting you?
No.
Am I distracting you?
No. It's as it's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh.
To turn the page!
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a
Yeah,
second.
by my giant tits.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
I glance over at Yuri's face again. If we're gonna make this about boobs, I'm gonna replace her face with her tits, okay?
No.
Alright.
Then we're gonna fight, Maverick. I'm sorry, I was really excited for this game.
It's okay. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes
Wait,
meet.
look at that computer.
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry, I just noticed it.
Okay. It looks like a normal computer, other than that there's no cords connecting the monitor and
I know.
this, unless it's a wireless display.
That's weird. Okay, moving on.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay.
Don't kill me.
You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer, because you're slow as fuck. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me, not really.
Yeah. Look at her eye just glancing.
It's kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. When it was looking down, it was fine. But when it turns to the side like that, it's a little creepy.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading.
This is why you and I could never share a book together in real life, because I'd be like, oh my god, I've reread this page like 5 times and you're still on that paragraph.
Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by making my own...
Turn it by my own volition, not by making
volition. I'm sure this is making people's ears bleed if they watching.
Why is it making their ears bleed?
Because we're so loud. We could talk quietly like this. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My
really
thumb
not
gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
That's kind of rude after hearing what this book is about. Anyway, you think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
That's so rude. Why would you say that to me? I see. I'm offended.
Okay. Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Brody, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing for you to think that.
Wait.
See?
I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything.
Yes, you did.
No. Sorry. I really didn't know you
and
were
this
self-conscious about that sort of thing.
You and this character have so much in common because you're just freaking stupid when it comes to other human beings and specifically girls. Say hi to Nikki.
Hi, Nikki. If your sister was in here, she'd be like...
If my sister was in here, we'd have a whole Nikki showdown. Alright. ... I'm gonna start saying ... now
Okay.
for everything.
I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
That is not a cute thing to be self-conscious. Ah! Why are you saying that all of a sudden ... question mark. I ... exclamation mark. Okay, everyone. ... exclamation mark. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other, period. We might not have enough time if we wait too long, period. Ah ...
Yuri exhales, comma, shared from... I can't do that.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down, ... I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Nikki's a role player. Hello.
Hi.
It's okay. It's not. I mean, sorry. It's okay. It's not okay. Actually, it's fine. Stop.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right. I guess I'll have some more reading tonight. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight.
You'll have some more reading? You'll have
or
that for dinner?
Would you prefer I only read it with you? ...
I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. What? Okay.
You don't have to. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
All right. I stand up.
That's
I
good.
make a mental note of where I left off in the book.
You would forget by the time you got home.
Then slip it back into my bag.
Okay, wait.
Waiting. Don't. What are you doing? What?
I don't actually want to override that. Okay.
Okay. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Why did I read what... Okay, whatever.
Did you write a poem, bitch?
My relaxation ends.
Why why couldn't you have picked Natsuki? Because her voice is my favorite.
Okay. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically...
Sayori.
Yeah, Sayori. Say Oreo.
What planet are you on?
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from here, from where I sit.
Not from here.
Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into her bags.
Into what?
Wait.
Into their bags.
Okay.
Into her bags.
I do the same myself.
Into her bags. Who do you want to show your poem to first?
Will I guess since I chose this one, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. ...
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that? ...
Question mark. I almost said exclamation. Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned how to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing... I have like a hiccup or a burp. I'm not sure which, just sitting right here. I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering... Is that right?
Yes.
Alright, her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
That's because I am. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. That was a lot of ands. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Do I have to read these?
Yeah.
I'm not reading it in her voice because I can't.
Well, if it's the poem, I'll read the poem then, because that's
But
just
they're gonna be
narration.
long.
That's fine. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, I can't read that.
Okay, I knew this was gonna happen. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Oh.
Click outside the poem area to continue.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Brody.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it in that way. Well, I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Brody.
Me too.
For me. Not for her. For me.
Alright, who's next? We'll do, I guess, Sari. Why not? Because she's at the top of the list.
This is a good poem, Brody. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Brody. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Well, we'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
Sure I can. I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Natsuki.
Natsuki.
It's Natsuki.
Whatever.
Da da da. Question mark.
Brody, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We'll all start somewhere. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Okay. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Don't be mean!
Okay.
She spent hours on that poem for all you know.
It sounded like 5 minutes.
She wrote it just before you walked over. I told you you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show to my poem next? The only option left, Monica.
Hi, Brody.
a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, Brody. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. Great job, Brody. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts. Wow. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
I'm like sweating all over
Why are
here.
you sweating?
I don't know, I'm just really sweaty right now.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
You're not.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find out the style that best suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything, but you do, because it's a dating simulator. Ha ha ha.
Haha.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident.
It's Rhett.
Okay.
Okay.
I already read that.
Oh,
That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. And pages upon pages. Okay.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A nosy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like... Ah! You're going too fast. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It wasn't just a hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
Felt that was pretty pro.
So what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
No, you're not.
Ha ha ha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Okay.
Maybe after everyone else is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities.
That's because they aren't.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. Wow. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow and frustration. What does that mean? What does furrow mean?
That.
Okay. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration.
Did you not watch my eyebrows?
Wait, what? Okay.
That.
Oh, alright. That, yeah. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Brody did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing myself as a writer. I don't expect... I don't know what the fuck she said, because you skipped too fast.
I'm sorry, my thumb twitched.
No, we have to go downstairs soon, so you need to finish this shit up. Establishing my writing style. Hurry up, Maverick, we have shit to do. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Brody liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Brody appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brody started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Brody! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brody. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Brody? Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever, when he doesn't know how to... Okay. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Because I chose the...
You wait.
Help me.
Think this through.
I'm just going with the one I chose because he told me to choose one, and I chose one based off the chibi.
But you can change your mind. That's the thing.
But
because now you've read the poem, so now you could feel differently.
Okay.
So, whose poem did you like the best?
Hers.
No, I mean really.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, you liked hers the best?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Make your goddamn decision.
Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But there's the thing.
Here's the thing.
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure.
We are coming! We have to get to a save point. Wait. I know!
I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sarah, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being threatened like that?
Treated.
Like oh my god, I suck. Alright, you handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Brody, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now.
It's nothing.
Am I wearing this shirt inside out? Yep.
Yep.
That's why I couldn't find the tag.
Yep. At least
One more
it's in
thing.
the correct direction.
That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, one thing did Natsuki.
Well, what the hell are you doing?
Well, you're taking too long and we have shit to do.
Okay, hold on. What did that say? This is the story
She's
I have to go
basically
through.
telling you
No.
that she didn't make her boobs bigger.
Okay, whatever. The thing. What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna stop there. Because the screen went black. So we're gonna stop. Yep.
Okay, so stop.
Alright, I'm stopping. And it's